Greetings.
Greetings.
How your mama doing?
How your daddy doing? How your babies doing? I hope everybody's got good health and all that good stuff. We'll try to wait for some people to jump on here before we start yapping.
Oh man, I had some reminders in the other phone.
It would be in this phone too, right?
No, I set them to myself. Can we end this one and let me get my reminders out? There's a couple things I wanted to say.
Where are the reminders?
My WhatsApp.
Well, let me just forward it. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Okay. All right.
Sorry about that.
Hello, our one
Hey,
viewer.
our one viewer. Greetings to you. You are God. I hope that you had time to look at the short video that I put out today to inform. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but this video is just to inform you that kind of follow up that all of you are gods. And this is an explanation on the eustachian tube and how we communicate with our own God. We all have our own God. And our own God. We all have our own God. And I want you to consider something. You've been hearing a voice in your head since you can remember. It's always been an internal dialogue going on in your head. Ask yourself, who's that question? Ask the scientists who that question is, because they're so smart. They fix everything. The scientists are so smart. But where is that voice coming from? Who's talking to you? Have you ever had an instance in your life where that voice told you something and it was wrong? Or is the opposite? Have you ever heard that voice during a traumatic, scary, exciting time and that voice talked to you?
And you ignored it.
And you ignored it. It turned out disastrous for everybody and everyone who ignored that voice. And that voice is the voice of God. Your God. I'm not getting into a supreme creator and all those things, but we all have our own internal gods that talk to us, that you've been talking to your whole life. And dare one scientist to come up anywhere on the planet to explain to you what is the voice in your head.
What's up, Jess?
Hey, Jess. Go ahead, come on.
Phone?
Yeah, I want to look at my notes.
Here you go.
There's a couple things I want to make sure I discussed.
Here you go.
You can talk to him.
He's kind of prepared tonight. He wrote some notes down. You know, we never are prepared. We never have anything written down. But I don't even know what he's going over tonight.
Oh, so I had a revelation last night for the people who have substance abuse issues. We may call them meth heads or crackheads or dope fiends or junkies. All these terms and terminology that's been used for these people. An apology is going to be given to these people. It's needed. But they're going to get an apology because these people who you refer to as dope fiends and junkies and meth heads, they're way more closer to God than any of us. They're way more close to God than any pastor, any priest, maybe not shaman, but any pastor or priest or so-called holy person. They're way more connected to the God mind than anybody. And how do we know this? And how do you know this? Well, it's in our language. They teach us, and they keep tricking us with our language. And we have spells. Our languages are put together by letters that spell a particular word or a meaning, but they're literally spells. And for these folks who we're calling dope fiends, junkies, crackheads, meth heads, whatever, they are far closer to God than the Vatican will ever be. And I mean the God inside of you, the real God, the good God. The God inside of you is a God of love. And the reason why you know it's a God of love is because in the painting it was very specific that the God was carrying a green tassel, or what's that thing called? He's carrying a green thing. We'll show it to you. But when you take drugs, what happens? You get high. And when you come down off your high, you feel crummy and your body doesn't feel great. It's telling you, it's simply right in front of you. Think about it. People who get high because they want to be closer to God. The out-of-body experience is a spiritual one that makes you and puts you closer to your God, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to call it your God. You can call it your creator, your controller. I think of it like a video game where I'm in an arcade and there's a guy out there who's playing my part, and I have to do it. That's how I kind of look at life, that I'm getting a message from the guy who's holding my joystick. So, to get closer to God, you have to leave the physical, you have to leave the body. So people who get high are being closer to God because they're leaving their body. Their mind is leaving their body more. You know, it releases it from your body. And certain drugs, mushrooms, or mental states remove that spirit part, the God part, from our body. And then, once we get back to our body, we feel the weight of the world again. And it's crushing. But people get high because they love the embrace of God because they're away from their body. And they feel like they're crashing because once they're all the way back in their body and off of their high, then they're back on this physical realm. But they want to be high because they like the feeling. You don't realize that these people who are substance addicted are loving the sensation of being closer to God. And when they have to leave God, they feel crummy. So these people who we're deeming as crackheads and heroin addicts and so forth, they're far more religious than all of us. We ignore God. We ignore God every day. And these people are saying, I'm willing to go and sell my body, or I'm willing to wash somebody's car so I can be closer to God. Things that we're not willing to do because of pride.
Yeah, be
in
in their
so
own
forth.
world, because that's what happens. They blast off into their own astral plane.
That's what happens, and they leave the body. What happens when anybody gets high? You look at a heroin addict, and they nod, and guess what? They're out of their body. People who smoke, you know, when you're doing drinking something different, drinking brings up the devil, but the natural highs get you closer to God. It's called a high.
Yeah,
you're high.
You know, Mike Tyson goes into that. Mike Tyson goes into that a lot because he did the frog and the DMT and stuff like that, and he was explaining what that experience was. He was saying that literally it's all about yourself. You're self-exploration. Self-exploration. That's the best way to explain it, because you're just traveling through your life, your journey, and you're able to actually face things that you can't face
in the body.
Here without being in that state. So we 100%.
You know, we fall victims to our flesh. We wouldn't have any issues in the world if it wasn't for our flesh. All the resources that we try to get in the world are based on the desire to eat and desire to fuck. We need to procreate. You know, I know men who've driven states just to have sex with a woman and then have to go right home, because these desires that we have, we get the jealousy and the animosity, and it's based on all physical things. So when you don't have these physical things around you that matter, then you're dealing on the spiritual and you're closer to God. That's why when people get high, their bodies are relaxed, they're chilling, they are not there. They want to be somewhere else. And what they're desiring and what they're trying They're trying to get closer to God. They're not just throwaway, dope fiend, weak-willed people. No, we're the weak ones. We're sitting back here enduring all this bullshit and being told to ignore everything and just do this with the right way, what's called right. Well, these other people are saying, hey, listen, if I gotta sleep with 10 men a day and to be able to get some crack just so I can be with this feeling with God for 10 minutes, then I'll do it. That's why they do it. People, and they don't even know. They think they're getting high because it's an addiction or some type of physical pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Being high ain't got nothing to do with your body. It's a mind thing. It takes your mind to a different place. It takes it to a place where, you know what? That man has a nicer car than me. Man, fuck that. Because when you're in a high state, those things just don't matter. So rethink how we're looking at people who we're calling junkies, meth heads, crack whores.
And you know what else?
Coke whores.
And you know what else? You
What's
know
that?
they say cleanliness is next to godliness, right? And I'm telling you, I was telling Santana, like, people who smoke crack cocaine, like, ain't nobody gonna clean your house better than them. And I'm not just talking about them like stealing or nothing like that. I'm talking about, no, they really clean your house, and they are really good cleaners. Like your detail dude that does your car, like,
yeah, like the
they are
detail
very,
dudes, I
very
will not
intricate.
let nobody wash my car who ain't smoking crack.
Right,
If
because
you want to wash my car, I need to see you smoke
right,
crack.
they can clean. Like, it's something to this, like,
Of
for
course,
real. And
no,
no, I
it's
know it
serious.
sounds funny, but no,
It's
just
real.
just,
No, people
yeah,
don't
it's
know
really
that
a connection there.
that people who are getting
Yeah.
high are looking for God. They're not looking to people like you got sex addicts who need to get that thing off. They just gotta have sex. They gotta, and that's
But and they
sensation.
probably slobs.
But that's physical though.
Uh-huh.
That's a physical thing. Getting high isn't a physical thing, it's a mental thing.
Mhm.
It's taking yourself out of the body, because when you're out of the body, you're closer to God. The people who have near-death experiences, when they leave the body, they tell you about this overwhelming feeling of calmness and serenity, because what that body holds, it holds insecurities, it holds anger, it holds jealousy, it holds all the rabid things that humanity hides. It's in that body.
Oh, and for anybody who's just jumping in, when we're saying God, we're not talking about this supernatural entity that whatever. We're talking about you.
We're talking about
talking
what
about
science
you.
didn't tell you.
Yeah.
The biggest trick ever told humanity, they said the biggest trick ever done to humanity was to convince the world the devil doesn't exist. Now that's the second biggest trick. The biggest trick was to trick you into not realizing that God lives inside of you. There's a physical part that lives inside of you that's connected to something. You understand? The torus field. The torus field lives inside of your brain. You actually have a torus field inside of your brain in your eustachian tube. That's the biggest trick ever played. They told you to worship some guy in a skirt or some pastor with a fast car and a big house because they're supposed to be able to talk to God better than you. That was a trick. They need you to look inside of you to talk to your God. You need to talk to your God. You need to talk to that voice in your head. Fuck some dude on a pulpit who is a liar, who you know is a liar, who does not make sure that his whole flock is being taken care of. Listen to what? You was born with a voice in your head. If you wasn't supposed to have a voice in your head, you wouldn't have it. That's a gift. If you're gifted enough to be able to hear God when God says, do not go down that alley or do not get on that plane, then you are blessed and you are gifted. And that's what you need to listen to 100%. And if you disobey it, it's going to hurt. Because if it's giving you a warning, it's warning you of something horrible. And if you disobey, I promise you, and I can tell you from personal experience,
Me too.
every single time I didn't listen to that voice, tragedies, the worst tragedies of my life is when I didn't listen to that voice. But no one ever told me, hey, we lied to you about that. God is in you. These people up here are just stealing your power and controlling you. They tell you don't listen to yourself. And I'm saying, listen to yourself. Yourself is a whole lot smarter than you can imagine. That thing that talks to you lives outside of time. So it knows everything that's going to happen and how it's going to happen. So certain things it would like to protect you against. And when you're disobedient, it can't protect you. The picture, the making of Adam, you know, it says, it tells you, it shows you that God is your God. Your inside God is doing everything in its power to guide you in the right direction. You know, it's doing everything to tell you, don't do this, don't trust this person. You know how the thing tell you, don't trust this person? But you just, oh, well, you know what? They talk nice to me and they said they like me. So what do? We just, oh, you know what? This person seems all right. 100% of the time, everyone who's listening your entire life, you know full well, when something told you this person wasn't right and you didn't listen to that voice, it ended up disastrous, 100%. And I can say that 100% for the all 3 people who are listening to us talk right now.
Just has a question.
Please.
He said, I'm going from the bottom and then I'm going to work my way up. I'm not ignoring nobody.
I'm ignoring you. I don't like you. Your breath stink. It's like
So
listen,
just,
let me say thank you for anybody who's tuning in.
yeah.
And Ben Crump, if you're listening, ooga booga booga, unga, aga boonga biga, haka booga. He knows what it means.
So just says, where's the spirit housed in y'all's opinion? I heard a few different breakdowns.
It's housed in your eustachian tube. Understand that eustachian tube holds a small gap of air that's in a chamber that if you try to open one side, it automatically closes. You try to open the other side, it automatically closes. It's the breath they're talking about in Genesis. I said Revelations by mistake, but in Genesis, it speaks about how when the Creator made man, the Creator breathed breath into his nostrils and became the breath of man. That's your eustachian tube. Literally, it is a pocket of air that's in there. That little connection that you're trying to get made, that connection is where we live. We live in a space in between man and the Creator. And the Creator is you. That the Creator is going to look just like you. Even the Bible tells you that let us make man. And we're going to make him in our image. Because this thing that we're in is like the Matrix, a digital copy of our thoughts. That's kind of the same thing.
All right. Essence Awakening. Oh, Essence Awakening.
Hey, Essence Awakening.
Addicted to the high of nearly meeting death. Yes. People are so addicted to the high that they are willing to meet death.
Absolutely. Because they get closer to, listen, they're high, they get closer to God. I'm not telling everybody, hey, everybody go out there and get on some meth or some crack. But being high is an out-of-body experience. In that out-of-body experience, they're not telling these people, hey, that's the feeling of a creator. You know, when people get high, they tell you that they feel warm, they feel loved, they feel accepted. That's not happening to their body. It's happening to their mind. They're getting closer to God. And that's why they banned marijuana so long in all these countries. You understand? Marijuana was a higher criminal penalty than heroin and meth. Why? Why, out of all the drugs in this beautiful plant that grows naturally
and kills no one,
why that particular drug? Did they tell you that if you take this drug, we're going to put you in jail for 20, 30 years. But if you got this coke, this heroin, or meth, we get you a slap on the wrist.
Oh, and you can also just walk on right down on the corner store and get yourself some liquor that kills.
Right.
How many people a year? How much does alcohol kill people?
A lot. And forget just psoriasis of the liver.
Yeah,
talking about hepatitis, but drinking and driving, domestic violence.
Yeah.
You understand that our system push things that aren't good for us. They push sugar. They push alcohol. And if you haven't seen before, anyone who hasn't seen it, watch the video I put out today. It's only 7 minutes. It's called The Most Important Image in the World.
Yeah, and you know what else, guys? I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't trust those the vaping. I don't trust them. I'm telling
trusting
you.
it this week.
Listen, when I do a vape, I'm telling y'all, I can feel the oils like being tacky to my lungs. Like I can feel it, and that's not how it feel when I just smoke regular herb.
Well, because it's smoke versus something else. But you know, I'm just simply saying, if your life is good,
I think in the long run, it's gonna be some repercussions to that. I'm saying this,
Well,
and
anything the system pushes, you know, is going to have.
yeah. So
something.
I'm just saying, like, because they made that such an accessible alternative, you know, and they got strands called Delta, like, you know, like the Delta variant that they had after COVID, you know. I'm just very leery about things like that, and I think that it's going to pass a lot of communicable viruses and diseases and stuff like because you know people share them, and you just like the hookah lounges. Like, I just feel like these things are set up to really take us out in mass numbers really quickly, because it's a sociable thing, and they even make them look real cool.
But you understand that hookah lounges have been around for thousands of years. They don't get terrible until the system get involved.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about over in the Middle East, like where they do it all the time. Like, that's a part of the culture. But when it becomes a fad, when it becomes something like, don't do this, don't do the natural thing, do this, where this thing has been processed and we've cleared it, and
anything the system controls, you need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And one more thing, I want to be the first to say it, because there's a power of being the first. It's not ego. There's a power given for being the first. Anyone who's following the 62 pattern, anyone who knows what the 62 pattern means, the 62, when they decide they're going to kill a person, they mark them with a number, the number 62. And you're going to find, coincidentally, that Joe Biden and Trump are both polling at 62%. And it's not a coincidence that both of them are polling at both 62%. What that means is, be prepared to have neither of these candidates around when it's time for an election. And I'm going to be the first to tell you, be very prepared. What's the guy, Gavin Newsom out of California, is probably going to be the presidential candidate the Democrats want. And on the Republican side, probably DeSantis. It don't matter, because there's no such thing as Republican and Democrat. They're all on the same side. They all work for a system. You keep hearing people talk about America's going to crash. It is going to crash. It's not going to not happen. It's definitely going to crash. But people don't understand that there's the blessing in that. When America crashes, they're not talking about the people. They're only talking about this system in charge. The people are going to be fine. We are going to be fine. We are the real power. It's just this system that's been in place that's fucking things up on purpose is going to be over. So it don't mean the end of us as American and the people. It's just a system. They're only talking about the system. They're talking about the banking system, the military system, the government system, the housing crisis. That's talking about a system. A bunch of people who are put in charge to keep themselves rich and happy and keep us fucked up, poor, and complacent. So don't fear that. Now, if you're paying attention, and I'm not sure how many people haven't paid attention, there was a pipeline explosion that took place in Mississippi. This very same pipeline goes all the way to the Pennsylvania pipeline up north and all the way to the South Dakota pipeline. Here's a scenario that if you look for yourself, you have to believe me. Understand that this bullshit going on with Taiwan and China, this fake fight they're trying to promote, please understand that if you weren't aware of it, Taiwan is a part of China. Taiwan has always been a part of China. Imagine if somebody said we're gonna come into Texas and go to war with Texas, go to war with America over Texas. Texas is America. Taiwan is fucking China. Taiwan has been China. It's all bullshit. But these fake fights that they're putting together, they're just doing all these things just to set up a big disaster and have someone to blame it on. And if you want to know what they're going to do, Google it, see for yourself. See how the different folks in Russia say, well, shit, if we ever want to do anything to America, all we got to do is attack Yellowstone, because Yellowstone's attached to all those damn pipelines. So if America decides to, I don't know, a 9/11 event or a John F. Kennedy event or a Martin Luther King event or a Fred Hampton event, do y'all realize that our government, the FBI and the CIA, we all know 100% that they did it? It just came out last week that the two CIA operatives who blew up the World Trade Center, two of the guys who were on the plane were CIA recruits living with an FBI agent. Everybody knows the government did that. And if anything happens again, you know the government's going to do it. Now, if anybody's going to hit Yellowstone, they've already got a scapegoat. They get to say, oh, we got to go to war because somebody hit Yellowstone. Well, you know that they did it. The playbook's already in place. Somebody really wanted to hurt us. Listen, Putin is in charge of Russia. Zelensky is supposed to be in charge of Ukraine. He's not. He's just doing everything the Americans tell him. If Putin really wanted a war, Putin could have eliminated the Ukrainian war in a day.
He's Russia.
Putin's only doing that because he's trying to save lives by doing it this way.
Yeah, he's trying to kill a whole bunch of people.
Understand that if Putin wanted to go to war with us, we've already declared war on Putin because we brought American troops to fight in Ukraine. That's an act of war. Number two, there's something called the Nord Stream pipelines over there in Russia. Russia's biggest natural oil and gas provider, that got blown up. Now, Joe Biden said specifically, if Russia goes to Ukraine, there's no longer going to be a Nord Stream pipeline. And they say, what do you mean? If they go into Ukraine, Nord Stream is done. Russia goes into Ukraine, Nord Stream is blown up. And then the American media tell you that Russia blew up their own pipeline. You understand? They're making trillions of dollars off this pipeline of natural gas to their country. Why the fuck would they blow up their own pipeline? And America's acting like, we don't know who did it, but y'all cheering that it got done, and y'all said if Russia go into Ukraine, they were going to do it. They destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline, which is the biggest ecological terrorist act in the history of the planet, the destruction of the Nord Stream pipeline. But number two, that's an act of war. Putin didn't invade or send a dirty bomb to America after they blew up those pipelines. Putin is trying to talk and say, hey, we can have some peace.
You see, he's talking to all the other countries, and they working stuff out. Let's
the whole
go
world's
with some
talking
of these,
except America.
Let's go with some of these questions. All right, so let's see here. T Regals.
What's up,
T Regals?
Can you dig it?
It says, I need Santana to know that the AIG lady is going through it. Once you know my stance here. You talking about Kathy Kleiman?
Kathy Kleiman?
Talk to me, T. Regals. We've been trying to talk to you for a minute. What's going on?
T. Regals already said, he wasn't playing with her, so.
Yeah.
T. Regals, we don't know if you're a female or a male.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're a male. You a female or a male?
What's your pronoun?
Yeah, and that's why. Listen.
A big male.
A big man. Yeah. I'm glad. Listen, right. The reason I was a little worried because I had a stalker named T. So I was like, oh man, I don't want to be too friendly with her because she may come up and she was hard to shake. Oh my God, she was hard. Oh my God, I said her name. Oh, please don't do nothing to me.
All right. So
I'm so sorry I didn't say your whole name. Please don't bother. Please don't bother.
Don't put it in. Don't stop the energy.
Yeah, no, I just want to apologize in advance. I want to apologize in advance.
All right, you keep talking
People
about
ain't going to know who you are.
No, stop talking about it. Jimmy Willikers.
I'm
This union that has happened, I call it crab. China, Russia, African, Brazil. Okay.
With 19 other countries have asked for membership into the BRICS nations, including Saudi Arabia and Iran, and Mexico is as I already asked. These people want to get into this because all this is over. America is over, but America was never a system. America is a people. We are America. This system is breaking. This system is the same system you're seeing right now. It's the same exact system you saw in World War I. They just left there and then came here because this war wasn't destroyed. This world wasn't destroyed. Their job is to destroy this side and then go back to the east. That's why if anybody's been paying attention to what's really going on in Ukraine, Ukraine was overthrown in 2014, a democratically elected government. And the Ukrainians are working with Nazis. It's open. Everyone knows the Ukrainians, Zelenskys, are working directly with the Nazis. The same Nazis from from Germany, the same ones that came here that gave us the CIA, Disney, and NASA. They're the same ones that are now in Ukraine. So all they gotta do is destroy this, and all they gotta do is hit the pipe, hit Yellowstone, and then get to say, oh, the Russians did this or the Chinese did that.
All right, so the Akinator, I like that name because you use duh. Speaking of Russia, what do you think about the assassination attempt on him?
Listen, here's what I would do. If anybody thinks that, just think about it like this. Putin ain't some guy who just became the leader of Russia, and he just some guy who was born the leader of Russia. Putin is a former intelligence agent. He's a former soldier. He's been through some things. This is Putin, okay? He's in charge of the strategy for what's taking place in Russia. Now, using your common sense, you go with the team who has the better leader and the better team, right? So you've seen Putin. Now, he's going against this guy. Now, if you put these two men in a room and say, okay, play chess, who is voting on this guy?
Or this guy. The guy falling up the steps. The guy falling off the bike.
So the people who are in charge are, just look at who's in charge. Look at your leadership. Look at your leadership, and it lets you know how things are going to go.
All right, let's see here. T. Regal's, okay, no, Essence Awakening. Hunter was in Ukraine for a few years ago. Yeah, that's what the laptop was showing.
Yeah, him and Ukraine smoking crack with the prostitute.
Yeah,
but most importantly, he was there because, just like everything else, he became the CEO of different power and energy companies over there. So Biden was setting them up. Listen, they were setting up the crash of America. Which
all this while
they're doing
his
this
daddy
on
was
purpose.
running for
They're doing
office.
this on purpose. They're breaking this shit on purpose.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't think that would you try to sell a transgender movement to the NASCAR buyers? The people who go to NASCAR don't want to hear no bullshit about a transgender person or a transgender movement. And Bud Light ain't stupid. Bud Light used to own NASCAR. They know who their core customers are. They did this on purpose because they need to break this shit. Coincidentally, I've been telling people since 2020. In 2020, 1,600 of the CEOs, the biggest CEOs in America, and I mean Walmart, Disney, Starbucks, Amazon, all quit. In 2020, pull up yourself. Look for CEO migration. They all quit the same year. And some of these CEOs have been there for 20 and 30 years. They all quit in 2020 because they made their deals to take what they're doing to the new economy because they're planning on crashing this American economy.
All right, T. Regals. Also, Russia has the landline connection with us. Something isn't adding up.
Absolutely. We're still buying uranium from Russia right now. Right now, uranium is being brought from Russia. Now, one more thing. If any of you guys are fans of blind dates, I want to ask you a question. This is very serious. What would you do, ladies, if your girlfriend said, hey, listen, I know this guy. He's rich, he's dark, and he's tall. I want to set you up on a blind date. And then when you opened your door, it was him.
God damn. Y'all know he got to do it. All right, T. Regals. T. Regal said, we're both being gang stalked. That's why I'm here. I don't think I can keep my little secret going here. Listen, T. Regals, you need to email me.
You need to call us, T.
Yeah, you need to email me so we can talk. So we can talk.
Ladies, any ladies in the chat, would you go out on a blind date with that guy if he showed up to your door? If the answer is yes, put in 1. If the answer is no, put in 2. It's a fun little poll. This is very scientific, by the way.
Yeah, science.
So we just wanted to consider that, but just we're at a time where you're being told what to think, what to say, and all these things, and we're simply saying, hey, we don't think we know smarter than nobody. We're just forced to look at things that ordinarily we wouldn't have to look at, and we don't think we're that smarter than you because once we show you, you're like, oh yeah, so you do know it.
Right.
It's just that it's something you hadn't paid attention to.
Right.
We just pay attention to a lot of things because it's incumbent on survival, and this is the game we're playing. The way we look at it is like this. I feel like there's a guy who wants to look like me in an arcade, and everybody's standing around seeing this guy going to different levels.
And what you gonna do when you find out it's him?
Oh, man.
What if he is playing your game?
Man, I quit. If
Oh,
I had to wake up, if I had to take the headphones off, and I'll wake up Ben Crump. Oh man!
You know what?
No.
You know what? Because it probably is because just because your disdain for him is so strong, I bet you he's running your
You think
game.
I'm Ben Crump?
I think you've been Crump. Ew! I don't like you no more. I done had all his babies.
Man, that would be
But I mean, he picked a way better avatar.
still a little bit, but I'm short.
You
though.
like Ryu.
But I'm short. Most tall men don't want an avatar of a man. I'm 5'9".
Is he tall? He don't seem tall. I mean, you've seen him in person. I haven't.
He like 6 monkey. I'm sorry. Ben Crump, I think is like 6'2", and most tall men don't like an avatar of a shorter man.
He
I'm
don't
only
look that
5'9".
tall. He don't look that tall. I mean, I
Because
take your
his
word
face-
for it because you
His
see him in
face
person.
is 3 feet tall,
But
he
on
got a big head
television,
too. That's his head. You see, his head is 3 foot long. Have you seen it? Measure it. He got a 3 foot head too. You know what's crazy, right? Is that people who have seen it be like, man, fuck that nigga, man. That nigga broke, man. Ain't nobody listen to that nigga. You know he's sitting back, man, get that motherfucker. And people gotta look at him. And the worst part, like, yo, Ben Crump, you can't even laugh around him because he gonna think, what you laughing at me? And they like, no, I was thinking about this joke I heard the other day. About you. You know he mad.
You think that he got stock in Dole and Chiquita Banana?
Listen, my goal is for when Ben Crump goes anywhere in the world and he hears laughter, he think they laughing at him. That's my goal.
Or anytime he see a banana, he walk right past.
Exactly.
He run past the bananas in
Exactly.
the market.
That's my goal. If that's the
He
case.
be like, don't even look at me. I'm allergic. I'm allergic.
Listen, that nigga got banana cologne. He got banana cologne.
And you know what? Him and my mother probably the only people on the planet who like banana now laters. Because nobody like that flavor.
You know, listen,
Nobody like
I
that
guarantee
flavor.
you're going to find out it came out the same year he was born. Watch.
It's the worst flavor in the pack. It's the
Listen,
worst. It's like, you see Starburst ain't go that route.
Benjamin Crump is the key to something. I promise you, he is the key. Dookie.
No.
Dookie! Don't Benjamin Crump look like Dookie with eyes?
I'm gonna wake the kids.
Like Dookie. He look like Dookie with eyes.
Dookie with eyes.
Funny.
That's funnier than Gorillas in the Mist.
Ah.
That's funnier.
Well, that's the chat.
All right. Okay.
So, we're just trying to...
they saying you gotta stop because that was funny. Remember, you ain't get no ones. You ain't get no ones for Gorilla in the Mist. But they telling you gotta stop because they hurting because it's too funny.
I told you I used to be a stand-up comedian. Not very funny. And part of the reason why I wasn't so funny is because...
The crowd.
The crowd, man. I'll be on stage dying laughing at my jokes. I mean, like, falling over because they were so funny. And people was like... What's wrong with this guy?
Banana Laffy Taffy, they good? I don't remember because you know what? I just was skipping.
I bet you can't find no more.
I would just skip it.
I bet you can't find no more.
I
When
know.
Ben Crump got that Solomon money, he was like, give me all of the Laffy Taffies. I want the Laffy Taffies.
That Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. Baby, you know who'd been in Crump and Leffy Taffy.
Man, you know, listen, man, worst part about it is fucked up because they know, listen, they can say what they want to say, but we made history of a lot of different things.
Oh,
So
man.
whether it's heard today or tomorrow or next week, this will be heard, and he gonna be mad. Listen, I'm gonna be afraid of that of Ben Crump.
Y'all gotta see the video because y'all know that Ben Crump got our first YouTube channel shut down.
He did.
Because we did a video. I would love to play it, but I think they probably gonna shut this channel
It's
down
on
if
Rumble.
I play it.
So you
but
can look for it on
it's on
Rumble.
Rumble and it's on our Instagram page. We did one for him. It's dedicated to him.
It is. But we want to say that don't nobody know more than what you know. So if you just think about like there's a person that's controlling you, who is you, who's living outside of this construct, you're not going to get better advice from no one but you. You know that when you listen to your voice, you succeeded. And you know that when you disobeyed your voice, you failed and failed miserably. Every single person who's listened to this crazy man with this kung fu belt.
I told you, Ryu. You look like Ryu from Street Fighter.
Every single person, without exception, if there's one person on this chat right now who didn't listen to that voice and things turned out good, give me a 1 if you ignored that voice and things turned out good. And I guarantee we will get no ones because we know when we listen to that voice always tells us the truth. But no scientist, no pastor, no preacher, no priest could tell you who that voice was and what it was. They just want to it's just like a dream. Dreams don't mean nothing. Dreams mean something. Everything means something.
So put a 1 if it worked out, and
it's never worked out.
put eons of trouble.
It's never
if
worked out.
It didn't work out.
You're getting something from a source that it lives outside of time, so knows everything that's going to happen. It could potentially happen to you, and their job is to guide you. That's my personal belief. But what I will say 100%, the U Station 2 does contain God. Even when they tell you that the Anunnaki came here to get us to mine gold, and it's like, come on, why are people believing that? It doesn't make sense.
See, just got it. You know, I did one backwards with Eon. You know.
They talk about mine gold. They're not talking about mining gold. They're talking about mine gold. You know, the crystallization process, when you turn the pineal gland, it comes a gold secretion. The Christ came before to get us for our mind gold. It's not about some damn thing you getting in the ground. It's talking about our brain. He's trying to get us to where he is, to that level. And he's trying to get us to listen to ourselves and to walk away from the physical because we're being enslaved by our physical things and go towards the spiritual because the physical ain't even real. The spiritual is real.
That's right. Because I am not drinking out of a sippy cup.
You're not. That's not real. It doesn't exist.
It's not happening.
These are avatars. There's a real world going on outside of there. So the next time y'all see a person who's nodding or y'all see somebody on the street who is high as a kite, they happy. You sitting back there looking at them like, look at them, dope fiend, and I feel sorry for them. But they happy because their out-of-body experience is the spiritual, and they love it. They can't wait. And it tricks you to make you be fearful of death. You understand? You're fearful of death. You shouldn't be fearful of death. Death is a gift.
It's a restart.
It is your consent to say, okay, I've had enough. I am not giving my consent because I got some physical ass kicking to do. So I want to stay here and kick some physical ass for a while before I accept that consent.
When you say Hadouken.
Finish him.
No, that's Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. So what he's saying, I know we come with a lot of news and it ain't always great sometimes. But I want to be the first to tell you, you God. You are God. The thing that they're talking about is God, you are it. And it's always been you. I'm different. Can you dig it? And our gods are different. We have different roles. Your job is to do your job, your purpose. If you're not happy in your life, That's because you're not doing your purpose. If your purpose say that you want to sing, and I don't make any money off of it, then follow your purpose. You'll always be successful because you realize if you're doing what you want to do, you don't worry about getting paid for it. Follow your purpose. You're being told who you are and what you are, but it's up to you to listen to you. Don't listen to me. I'm crazy. Look at me. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me. Listen to that voice in your head right now that's like, yeah, he is crazy. Mm-hmm. That voice in your head is saying, yeah, he is crazy. Listen to that voice.
I'm going to tell you somebody who's hearing a whole bunch of them voices right now. Jamie Foxx laying up in the damn hospital. He's all up in his head right now.
Yeah, listen to that voice. And that's God.
Mm-hmm.
That is you. Literally, it's called the you station. It's where you really are. The tourist field, anyone knows anything about tourist fields, know that these are manifestations that we can't quite figure out. The tourist field is where all the energy generated. The tourist field is in your station tube. Please, everyone, watch the video I did today. It's only 7 minutes and like 30 seconds, and it just shows you how God talks to you if you haven't seen it thus far. And let me tell you how YouTube is such a bitch.
So Gloria Chance,
hey,
Jay
Gloria
Weber,
Chance. Hey, Jay Weber,
said, when are you restocking those glasses? So we had to restructure how we did everything.
They still listen. We got a mission, and they sabotaging us because of our message. We have a very distinct, real message. We're real people.
But if you email me,
we've been getting them out to people. Matter of fact, we got something going out soon. We can't even tell you.
Yeah,
when
we can't even tell you. But email me.
Yeah, we want something out.
And we can.
We got folks in the States that are doing things that have some product that now can be able to get to you.
Yeah.
We got, matter of fact, my guy on the line. His name is Justice. He's a beautiful, brilliant young man. I don't know if Laura's on here. Is Laura on here? We got some folks in America. We've got 6 different people in America who now have some product that can now get some things out to you. But just email us up, and we'll definitely hook up. Mm-hmm. So really quickly, like we said, we don't do this for views. We don't do this for nothing. Like, we don't do this for likes, because actually, the more I talk, the more people dislike me. So it's not for likes. It's because it's the truth, and the truth.
But you didn't like it.
They didn't like it. Yo, this is the truth. The truth is powerful, and the truth breaks everything, and the truth outlasts all of the games and the fads and so forth.
And they don't want you guys communicating with us. Listen,
they don't want you believing in yourself.
They don't even let y'all's comments be public. The only way that we see, like, and you know, and y'all gotta forgive me because I've missed out on a lot of comments, and they were sitting right in the studio portion of
But they
YouTube.
don't show up.
So I was just looking under the videos at the comments
where they're supposed to be.
So it wasn't until like last week I realized, like, oh, here's all the comments, because people kept saying they were reaching out to us.
And check them out. She gonna show you the views. If you look at the video we did earlier today, it's going to tell you that the video called the most important image in the world.
It's at 696 right now.
That's how many views?
It's so blurry. How can I? Oh, there we go. That's better. 696. I'm sorry that it's blurry.
So it's saying we got 696 views, right? Because
so that's
YouTube
on
is
YouTube.
They a bunch of lying bitches.
That's on YouTube.
Who ain't hurting nobody but themselves.
So if I go to the studio, it says 813. You see that? 77 thumbs up. I ain't even look at the thumbs up.
So who's telling the truth? YouTube
19 comments.
Or YouTube? YouTube is saying on this hand 630 something whatever views, and the YouTube on this hand is saying 800 and something comments.
Okay, so they did say the 77 thumbs up, but they said 7 comments. 7 comments. So that's what's public.
Yeah, so understand that we don't give a shit about them clowns.
Yeah,
the message
they
is being sent, the message is being heard, and we like to believe that once truth resonates, you can't unremember or unsee truth. So the message is getting out. America is breaking like crazy. Another bank failed today. They're doing it on purpose. All this has been done on purpose because this system needs to break, because too many of you know what's going on. But in the picture, the making of Adam, look And the Creator is trying to tell you that the Creator's working hard and created a situation for you to do exactly what you're supposed to do. But you look at Adam, and Adam is not giving any effort, and that's you. And it's showing you because Adam is connected to these physical things that Adam's not willing to stand up. Adam won't even stand up when the Creator is reaching out his hand. The Creator is holding out of his hand, trying to get to Adam, trying to touch him. That's Creator telling us, hey, I'm coming with love. If you can pull a picture up. The reason why you know that the Creator is coming with love is because of the green sash that's hanging from the Creator's clothes. Pull that up. Look at it, you're gonna see the Creator is wearing green. Well, the reason why the Creator is wearing green is because
it's my favorite color.
It's favorite color. That's part one. But the other reason is because green is a frequency of love. You know how everything has a frequency, and a gigahertz frequency and so forth? Well, green is a frequency of love. And you see that under the brain, you see that green cloth right there? That's telling you the Creator is trying to talk to you with love. And look at Adam. Adam is sitting down with with a limp wrist, just chilling, because he's so connected to the physical. He don't want to get out of the comfort of the physical and go to the spiritual. And the Creator is saying that everything has been put in place for you to do anything you want to do, but you got to stand up and grab it.
Yes, green is the heart chakra.
That's right.
Listen, it's so crazy because
that's why the trees and the grass and everything is green, because the Creator is telling us this is love. He paints with the color green because green is a frequency of love. If you ever heard an old saying, green is nature's first gold.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why green is nature's first gold is because they're talking about youth, but it's about love. The sound frequency for love is literally the color green. So that's why the Creator always chooses to paint most of the world green. Every time you see something green in nature, that's just saying, that's the Creator's way of saying, I love you. I love you. When you see grass, when you see trees, it's saying, I love you. It's green. It's green. It's love. So the Creator is doing everything to set you up for you to stand up and be who you were meant to be and be the elevated God, to be the Christ. Because understand, the Bible even tell you that Jesus had to become the Christ. He was just Jesus. But he elevated himself and became the Christ. Jesus and Christ are two different things. Jesus became the Christ. Look it up for yourself. Ask one of your genius pastors who's lying to you. Or ask one of these priests who are lying to you. But Jesus had to become the Christ. You don't believe me? Ask Santos Bonacci. He breaks it down better than anybody ever heard. Go and reach out to Santos Bonacci and ask him to give you a history lesson and a lesson on the Bible, where the Bible distinctly explains that Jesus said, I invite you to be where I am. And Jesus became the Christ. And they're trying to get, your God is telling you to stand up and believe in yourself and become the Christ. You need to believe in yourself. I wouldn't be in this situation right now with all this danger and everything else and took the risk I've taken if I didn't believe in myself. You have to believe in yourself. You believe in yourself, you're protected, and nothing, no weapon created shall be able to, what's the word? So prosper. Y'all know what the word is. No weapon ever formed against you can ever prosper against you. Y'all know the words. Does anybody know the exact saying?
Well, don't ask this heathen. But I am Truth Seeker 1.
Hi, Truth Seeker 1.
What if the picture represents AI/Archon posing as the Creator?
Interesting. Well, I'm going to look into that because that's a thought process I hadn't gone down. But I will say this. The Renaissance artists all did the same thing. When they talked to us, they hid their message of our anatomy in the artwork. So the reason why, I'm not going to say I think, but I know it's the brain, because first of all, it is a brain. But it's anatomy. They do these different things you're going to find in Michelangelo, Hieronymus Bosch, Da Vinci, everything they're showing you is the anatomy, because the end goal for this apocalyptic thing, the Armageddon that they keep talking about, the four horsemen, the end goal was they were going to poison us. That's been the plan since the bubonic plague. That's what happened during the bubonic plague. Take it further back, that's what happened in the story when Moses in Egypt. They poisoned the second male son. I'm sorry, the first male son. It's always that way, happens always the same way. But they encoded all the messages of the Renaissance art about our DNA to teach us how to protect ourselves and to heal ourselves from the upcoming event. So I would have to say that I am 99% sure that this is not an AI, because I'm 100% sure this is the anatomy, this is the human body, and the anatomy shows you how to corrupt the human body, and the artwork shows you at what point you need to tweak this chromosome to present this particular issue, disease, or a dis-ease. And if we haven't said it before, if you haven't heard before, Google for yourself. The word pharmaceutical means maker of drug, poisoner. Maker of drug, poisoner. So when you're buying things from the pharmaceutical industry, understand the etymology for pharmaceutical is maker of drug, poisoner. They are here to poison you. It is their job. A painter's job is here to paint you. A boxer's job is here to box you. A poisoner's job is here to poison you. It's their name.
Okay, T. Regals, I've got something that's not in the Bible. Our souls have 3 levels.
Please share.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Yeah, listen, this is a journey that we can all go on together. And the more that we know, the more we can tell you, the more that you tell us, we can all elevate together. We can do this together. So I'm all ears and eyes onto your thought processes, because you know something that I definitely have no understanding of. But you give me that understanding, and then we both know it. It's called sharing. It's what the whole world used to do. It's the reason why Egyptians' pyramids are in Arizona in the Grand Canyon. It's why the government won't allow you to go there and see Egyptian pyramids there. Then you see Egyptian pyramids in Mexico, and you see them in China. Because at one point in time, the world used to share what it knew, and the whole world was actually a pretty nice place.
And what did you just see that they had in the bottom of the Grand Canyon?
Egyptian period. And hieroglyphics, everything.
Exactly.
It's everywhere. The whole world used to be connected.
Everybody is saying, oh, okay, a lot of people are saying they found us through Santos. Yeah, Santos.
Yeah, ask Santos to tell you about the Christ. In particular, ask you to tell you about Jesus. And the Bible specifically tells you that Jesus had to become the Christ. He had to do his mind goal, and he had to elevate. And that's what you're supposed to do. The making of Adam is telling you to listen to yourself, believe in yourself, and stand up for who you are.
Are we frozen, guys? Let us know if we're frozen, because my screen is frozen. So I'm just trying to see. Oh,
Let us know
okay.
if we can, yeah.
All right, it looks like it's moving now. Okay, just says, can you talk about y'all's thoughts on the soul trap next?
Yeah, this is it. Gosh, I wish I could explain more to you, but the rest I gotta wait.
No, you know what? Do some homework, okay? Everybody, take some time out, go on YouTube, and find somebody who breaks down Dante's Inferno. They tell you about all the different layers. Once you recognize and see what that is, you will see exactly where we are and what's taking place.
But we're trapped.
Yeah.
This physical has entrapped the soul. But
okay,
I'm learning that it's not so. I'm learning that the all-knowing, who we think is all-knowing, who is not all-knowing, because it sends us down to experience for it to know. We're here to learn, and we're here to fulfill a destiny. But also, we are in a movie/video game.
and you're not getting paid.
What we are, because
Not on this side.
so we don't even get into the heaven and hell part. Both do exist. They're both simulations.
Oh, I'm not talking about heaven and hell. I'm just saying the other side of the simulation. I don't
Yeah.
know what you would call that.
Well, don't be surprised if when you take your last breath, you wake up and take headphones off and be like, oh shit.
Benjamin Crump was running my whole avatar.
Man, please don't let that be the case. Man. Like, if I was Benjamin Crump in real life, oh, man. But fortunately, spirits don't have really formed. We form to there's a creator. I think people got it wrong when people thought this creator was all loving, all knowing. When this creator, we all have attachment to a higher form, a higher thinking. That's the voice in your head. And if you are at odds with another person who don't like you, then you're fighting another God. So people thought this God was this thing that was bringing all this love. Well, you got people out here who aren't great, who aren't bringing that. So we're just saying there's an all-knowing force that lives within you that you got to start trusting and believing in yourself. You, God. They tricked you by telling you that some man named the Pope talks to God. Well, listen, the Catholic Church has been molesting children before any of us was even thought about. You know, the rituals that's being performed in Israel with the children by the church. The church has always been, the reason why the Catholic Church got so rich is because the priests came along and started telling people that they talk to God and they know exactly who God is. And if they want to hear from God, you have to pay them to go and talk to God for you. That's how they got so rich. So people started, and the priests also told people that they could buy their way into heaven. So if you did something bad, let's say you raped a 10-year-old little boy, if you pay the Catholic Church 20, 30 silver pieces, the Catholic Church could then give it to God and excuse your sins. So everybody who sinned started paying the Catholic Church their money. That's why they got so rich. They tricked you into thinking that they know something that you don't know. When you're smarter than all of them, no one knows you better than you. When you have a feeling, it is your feeling. And no one is going to know better, not your mama, not your daddy. It's you. And that's what they don't want you to figure out. I figured it out. I figured out a whole bunch of shit. I figured out some stuff that I can't even tell y'all yet. Man, I can't wait to share some other things from y'all that is something I hadn't ever even imagined even pondering that I figured out. And I can't really tell y'all right now. I'm not trying to be mysterious. It's just that these things that I'm sharing can't be known by everybody because when you get in bed with the devil, you lose your creativity. So that's why they have to sign artists and have artists do everything for them, because they don't have the ability to do it themselves. You think that these people, these major networks are signing black kids from the ghetto or poor white kids from these rural areas because they like them? No, they sign them because they can't do it themselves. So what I can't do is I don't want to give up too much of what I know to the people who aren't smart enough and don't have the creativity to do it because they've got too far in bed with the devil.
All right, T. Regals. This animal, you act like it, you move like it, you embody every about this animal. You gotta talk, you gotta explain, you're gonna have to elaborate a little bit more on that one. All right, I'm gonna go to some more comments. Let's see.
There's a song by Esperanza Spalding. It's called God is the Animal in You. Listen to the song. It's a great song. Esperanza Spalding, she's one of my favorite artists. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady, vastly ahead of her time. But she has a song called God is the Animal in You. Listen to that song. Listen to the words of the song. It's
Gloria Chance Weber.
Hey, Gloria Chance Weber.
Having trouble emailing you. Okay, I put a bunch of other ways you can try to contact us.
And plus, you got Twitter too, don't you?
I put my Twitter on there too.
Okay.
Horse Mike.
That's a frog. Those are frogs in the background. We just found out from you guys a couple days ago.
Horse Mike, awesome hair. But I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, whose hair you talking about?
Whose hair are you talking about? I don't know. Okay.
Some of y'all told us these were frogs in the back. We weren't gonna go out and check and see because I've seen all the horror movies, and whenever people who look like us go looking for monsters, They always end up at the end of the movie. You're seeing their credits. Count Chakra died.
All right, T Regals. I'm just gonna wait patiently.
I can't wait to talk
I'm
to
gonna have
T.
to wait
Regal.
patiently.
I've been trying to talk to him.
Mike said both.
Both. Thank you, Mike.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm just happy to have some head.
Let's see here. Just you found the videos. Yeah. Go ahead tonight. Go ahead and fuck up your night and watch that. Watch the whole comedy thing. It's called Dante's Inferno comedy.
And I understand Dante's Inferno is called the comedy, but Dante's Inferno is only one part of the play. It's
purgatory.
There's different sections of the play.
Because he gets out of hell.
Right.
And then he ends up in purgatory. And
Right.
then after purgatory, I'm trying to remember where he ends up. I think he gets to the other side. Like he succeeds. He succeeds.
Like,
I just don't know what the wordage was that he used.
Yeah, like the people who are Bible thumpers, you're in the right direction, and not because you're in the right direction but the wrong direction. They're telling you to follow this book because there's some divine, omnipotent being that likes things done a certain way. Yes and no. The better way to look at it is simple. If you were trying to get out of a simulation and you needed directions on how to get out of it, this book gives you rules on how to get out of the simulation. That's what the Bible's for. They keep tricking you with this religion and heaven and all these things. These are instructions on how to get out of the simulation. Think of it more like that.
All right, T. Ridley, you are now no longer T. Regals. You are the Riddler.
The Riddler, can you dig it?
Okay.
Hey, listen, they say wise man speaks in riddles.
Yes.
I can appreciate it.
So his next comment was, to find out what animal this is, ask and it will come in a lucid dream. Once you've identified this animal, the next step. I'm gonna tell you something. You
He got I hear exactly what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying.
He said I have to due to my status here. Oh, listen.
I hear you loud and clear.
Listen, like we tell other people, because we have another friend who's in a situation, and we just say, like, look, no, we not going to put you out there like that. Like, no, we already doing it. We don't need everybody out there like that. So I respect that.
No, we appreciate it. But I hear you so loud and clear.
Yeah.
And if people knew that we're being suppressed and we lose our power when we give it to somebody else, people are so much more powerful than they can imagine. But they keep giving their power to some outside force, and they're supposed to be giving it to themselves and their belief in themselves. If we believed in ourselves, we wouldn't have wore masks. You know, if we believed in ourselves, things just be different. And they just need you. Watch the movie V for Vendetta. It's a post-apocalyptic world with the destruction of America. They don't mention that very often, but that's the case. And watch a movie called Children of Men. Fantastic movies, you're gonna learn a lot. And for you conspiracy theorists out there who think 911 was an inside job, you conspiracy theorists, phooey to you. Watch the movie Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis.
Yep.
Watch that movie, very entertaining. Samuel Jackson, very entertaining movie. And you're gonna find that the exact same year that Project New American Century was created, was done the exact same year as that movie, and it goes to 9/11.
And like we showed y'all the one time, I think that we showed y'all on a video where it shows Anderson from the Matrix, his passport or whatever expired on 9/11.
In the movie Enemy of the State, the villain on the Enemy of the State movie, his birthday is 9/11. And listen, I know that I'm crazy and all those things. Yep, I take all those things. Delicious. However,
Wait a minute. The Riddler. The Riddler. Okay. All right. This is so funny here. I've got an AA comedic side to me. So do we. Ha ha. I'll ask someone to protect you if they can. Someone very Egyptian that starts with the letter H. Huh. You far from crazy. The magician is here.
Can you dig
Okay,
it?
abracadabra.
Can you dig it? Listen. And I hate talking certain riddles too because
Listen.
I like to talk plainly, but certain things I can't say because y'all have no idea how stupid the system is. The system is stupid. And they watch, and I don't want to give them too many clues, but they're too stupid. They are never, ever going to figure it out. The system is way dumber than you can imagine.
They are so stupid. But let me tell you, the artist, though, because listen, and it's funny because I'm calling you the Riddler, but one of my favorite pictures by Jean-Michel Basquiat is called Riddle Me This Batman. And after me and Santana watched this documentary called Watch the Water, I was in the shower and I was like, oh my God, Basquiat drew a picture about this. He told us everything.
He told us that Corona was coming. He
yes.
told us that we were going to blame it on the bat.
It's on Rumble.
It's
on Rumble so you can see us break it down. Man, if I'm going to try, don't let me forget to put the link in the description so you guys can watch it. The Killer Priest podcast is not good anymore. Oh, I wonder why.
Maybe because they stole $3 million from the children of Compton. That might have part of it. And coincidentally, the Bible speaks about, it's in our language, it's in our words. The Bible speaks about Moses parting the Red Sea when they were running away from, when he was freeing the slaves in Egypt. And he parted the Red Sea. Now, if you think it's a real story, cool. If you don't think it's a real story, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But there is a gentleman by the name of Moses West who fixed the whole worldwide water problem. And his name happens to be Moses West. And y'all see our water is being poisoned all over the place. That's why the movie Watch the Water came out, because they were telling us they're poisoning our water. But it's not you understand, that Bible...
I am not drinking out my baby sippy cup.
It's giving you clues, major clues about some characters that are coming, that they tell you in a roundabout way, but the characters have shown themselves. Moses West fixed the worldwide water problem with this particular technology that cleans and gets everybody free water that no one knows about. The word Moses actually means saved by the water. So the Bible was telling you about this character Moses who parted the Red Sea, but it was trying to tell you something else, a character to look forward to. And Moses West is that character, literally is saving your water. And they're hiding
and y'all don't realize that all of the water all over the world is contaminated. Like, I'm from Maryland, and Maryland was supposed to have the best water in the whole United States. And
shout out Jeremy Walker.
No one can drink tap water in the United States now. They're just like Mexico and everywhere. Like, we can't drink out the tap here. Y'all shouldn't be drinking the tap. That's why you got that idiot in New York City saying, New York tap water. Drink the New York tap water. Don't drink that shit. Don't drink that shit. Let's see here. Yellowstone was a very good breakdown you did. We thank you for that.
Thank you. You don't think I look crazy? Ooh, listen.
Starseed children are here. Look into Stephen Bomar.
Stephen Bomar. I'll check it out. I want to put you on to something that that people don't know about purposely. And his name is Seven
Bomar. I apologize. Thank you. They say it's a boil of water. You better buy some water.
Buy some water.
Buy some water. I mean, you can boil whatever you bathing in, but I wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't trust any water anywhere in the world, honestly. I wouldn't. You know what? I would drink out of Holland's canals.
Yeah.
Because would y'all believe, I want y'all to look at Holland's canals. The water looks so brown. It does not look clean. You put a cup in there, and the water is crystal clear.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I would pick that. But
yeah.
But when you find out about Moses West technology, we're going to do that. I want you guys to look up a gentleman by the name of Simeon Toko.
Play the video.
No, they gotta see it. I mean,
yeah, play. It's a short video.
Okay, find it on your phone.
All right,
Y'all
gotta see this. Y'all gotta see this.
Toko. This is the craziest stuff, and whenever I see something crazy, unbelievable, I always
Yeah, it's only 2 minutes.
Okay,
so
perfect.
y'all gotta see this. I've been pumping Moses. What's good? Thank you for
That's
pumping
right, because
that.
you know what? None of the so-called black organizations pump them. You understand that if a Beyonce or Jay-Z or Oprah or any of these we love black people, the Benjamin Gorilla Crumps, the Barry Monkey Sims, and the Neville, the new Booger Wolf of the Year Anderson. You understand? These people who are supposed to be pro-black and we love black so much, how come y'all don't know this so-called black man fixed the worldwide water problem? Because it's not nothing to do with no damn color. It's a lie. Dig it.
All right, y'all watch this. It's a TikTok video. Hold on. All right.
Simeon Toko was his name.
All right. Let me make sure I got my volume up. Oh, wait a minute.
Man, y'all gonna trip.
Okay, here we go.
Let me tell you a story of Simeon Toko. This man was reportedly the Black Jesus. And this is how the story goes.
Listen.
The Black Jesus story was probably one of the most shocking things I ever heard.
Welcome.
It came from my insider, Jacob, I call him that in the book, who actually was working for the Rothschilds and still does. And
Jacob Rothschild.
also is a whistleblower who doesn't really do what they want, but continues to work for them because he feels like there's some very serious extraterrestrial threats to Earth and that what they're doing is very necessary to protect us.
Answers is here.
So the story goes that in the 1960s, there was a black man in Africa who came in with abilities complementary to those of Jesus. And he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to listen to what he had to say. And the cabal tried to kill him. And, you know, they could shoot him in the head and his skull would just regenerate and the flesh would grow back and he was fine.
Fair use.
And, you know, so the crazy story that I heard, which, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed. And I ended up putting it in the book anyway. The story was that this guy, you know, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you know, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
That's crazy.
So his name is Simeon Toko. Well, y'all, if anybody gets curious about him, to look at his story and the different stories told by different witnesses, and there's still people who were part of his church where he preached who are still alive, telling you about this guy. Like, you're gonna find one incident where they literally cut, you're gonna see for yourself, they cut his heart out. They removed his heart. They've got pictures of it and everything, and he still lived. Like, man, I wish people would figure some things out. Man, I just wish people could just see some things a little differently. This is the beginning. Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Question? No question?
Oh, okay, my bad. let's see here. T. Regals. Okay, Moses West was the best idea I've heard in 20 years, 100%. Just giving Game Simeon took story to the next level. T. Regals, of course you've heard of this guy. I'm surprised you haven't given us a riddle about
Exactly. He's my cousin. He's my cousin.
Right. Let's see. Everybody is basically just kind of just like, yeah, wow, yeah, similar to her Henrietta Lack. Yeah, Henrietta Lack, and that was done in Baltimore. John Hopkins. They were stealing her cells because they didn't die, and they literally did it up until the day she died. You know, just stealing her cells, and her family, they haven't been paid for it. They don't even get acknowledgement for what she's done for the medical science and everything, all the breakthroughs that they've been able to do using her cells. Nothing has been done. And I mean, they were just stealing this woman's everything.
And this is the winner. He beat out Benjamin Crump for Booger Wolf of the Year. So if you said to yourself that Benjamin Crump looks like a piece of dookie.
Well, let's do a side by side. Hold on, let me pull up Benjamin Crump real fast.
Listen,
I feel like we should do a real fair poll here. Hold on, because you know we're all about being fair here.
I think he got him. I think Benjamin Crump can rest assured that this guy wins.
I think Benjamin Crump looked better than him.
That's what I'm saying. I think
he looked better than him.
That's why he's a new Booger Wolf of the Year. He won.
I'm sorry.
Neville Aniston, man, you won, man. Congratulations, man. You won. You beat everybody.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get a good picture of him.
I'll be getting to his story another day. And Officer Rutherford of the Nicodemus Police Department. I have a very, very long video about you, Officer Rutherford of the Nicodemus Police Department in Baltimore County, Maryland.
All right, there's Benjamin Crump. Damn, I don't know. Nah, he got the dude never got. He don't look real. Like he look alien. So yeah, but they both kind of look alien. Yeah, but twins. So let's take a poll.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally, they both went out.
Who looked better? Who wore it best?
Who won?
Who wore it best?
They all both went out for Planet of the Apes, and they were just there as the attorneys, and they were like, "You're hired." They're like, "No, we are the attorneys." Like, no, you're the star. You guys don't do anything. Just be yourselves.
Oh my God.
Listen.
They said it wasn't a biopic.
Nah, they just
it's science fiction. Like, this is science fiction.
No, this
you're defying the science fiction.
That's a missing link. That's a Booger Wolf. They show you the calendar, the monkeys, and then it coming to a man. The missing link is the Booger Wolf. The Booger Wolf is the missing link.
Which, I'm telling you, I think it's really unfair that they took our video down, because we weren't even saying anything derogatory. We didn't do anything. All we did was have just
a picture
pictures.
Of him.
It was just pictures.
Oh, you can't have Dookie on the internet.
It wasn't Dookie.
They thought Benjamin Crump was a piece of Dookie.
Dookie with eyes.
Dookie with eyes.
And a mouth.
And a mouth. Mouth Dookie. Man, I'm scared. Listen, I don't ever want to run into that guy.
I think he's your
Man, don't do that. That will hurt my feelings.
Listen, I think Benjamin Crump is on the other side of this, and that's why you have such a disdain for him, because he putting you through all this shit. I'm telling you.
Checks out.
Thank you.
Checks out.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Let's see what other stuff we got. I'll tell you this. I've been shot in the head in my dreams like 6 times in my dreams. Oh, that's T. Regals. I bet you probably riddled your way out of this shit.
No, listen, because remember, we dream. Our brain doesn't know the difference between reality and a dream. That's a clue. It's a big
Just
clue.
Games said they the perfect candidates for the monkey theory.
Yeah.
They do. They are. They
the missing link, the booger
literally
wolf.
they making me like question evolution again.
I
It's
didn't
like,
believe in evolution.
maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
that's a
know.
booger
I
wolf.
don't know.
That's a booger wolf.
The magician. You the magician. I told you. Well, Santana the magic man. He the magic man. You the magician.
Yeah,
Abracadabra.
Can you dig it?
So, listen, we, like I said, we have nothing prepared. We just
We just want to get in here and talk to y'all. And hey, listen. We put information out because certain things said kind of can make people make your day. So you hear certain things that kind of make you feel better about yourself. And if that's the effect that we are trying to have on most people, not Benjamin Crump. And we give this information openly and freely because if it makes a difference in your life and it gives you a better perspective on things, fantastic, because
he's got something that God gave him, a power like myself. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen,
but you gotta be it. You gotta be it.
You gotta be in it and be it.
You have to be it. And say, fuck what people think about you following your path. You see people, when we lived in Europe for a couple years, we would see people like the waiters so proud of their job. Like, I've been working here for 50 years.
Yep.
And we sitting here thinking, man, you're a loser. And then it's like, no, it's like his job was just to serve steak. And as insignificant as it may seem to you or me or people who walk in there to get a steak, that's his purpose. And he knows that's his purpose and he loves it. And he gets joy out of all the people that he served over all the years who've had delicious steak from him. Something I didn't understand. That's why the purest artists are always broke, because they saying, I don't care what, you're not going to put me in a suit in some type of office or some type of job. The truest artist is the one that's broke because they're loyal to their art. That's why the truest human being, the most spiritual human being, is what y'all calling dope fiends and junkies. They're the purest. And just like the simulation does, the best get turned into the worst, and they propagate the worst as the best. But these people who we call throwaways, junkies, crackheads, meth heads, coke whores, they're closer to God than any of us, including me. They're closer to God, literally, because they're trying to be in contact with God as much as they can, and they get high. So,
okay. Oh, do you know a litigation lawyer, something got taken from me that's rightfully mine? Oh, well, we don't know any attorneys because we tried to get attorneys involved in our stuff, and literally every single attorney with all these different isolated things that we have, even if you don't want to put them all together, each individual thing is its own case, and no attorneys know how to do anything. Like, nobody knows how to do
how to
their
figure
job.
out if someone takes $363,000 of your checks and put them in someone else's account. State's attorney's office don't know what to do about that. Oh, don't think Ivan Bates and don't think Wes Moore that I don't got no sexy videos made for y'all.
Yeah, and like you were talking about AIG. Even though Santana sustained an injury during a flight when he was totally insured, he can't. Oh, and you know what? I even called AIG again this year to say, hey, I'm still waiting for a supervisor to call me, anybody to call me. So their whole strategy, and they changed their policies too after dealing with us. But they told us that someone would call me, and they promised me within 48 hours. And I am still waiting.
So no, we picked the fight with some big entities.
Yeah, man. And we didn't even know. We didn't even know.
However, it is what it is. But we're here for a purpose, and our job is to do our purpose. And it's freeing. And this is just this is just a period. But as everything else, all things shall pass.
Yeah.
So it's just us
Yeah.
getting through this and learning, because honestly, had we not gone through this, we wouldn't have known who was around us. You know, we were
Yeah.
surrounded by piranhas, snakes, alligators, and booger wolves, and we didn't know.
Dookie with eyes.
Dookie with eyes. And it took us losing these physical things for us to
Yeah.
see who people truly were. So there's lessons in all of them. You just gotta love the lessons, and more than anything, you just gotta just get through it. Get through it by hook or crook.
I'm still uncovering my situation also. I'm learning this same thing too. Yeah, no, listen, it's like when you are in something, it's like a snowball effect, and you have to like try to like start collecting the pieces as you go, and
who's around you.
Yeah, exactly. And then you start like, oh, now that makes sense.
Now
That makes sense. That makes sense. You know, but it's like being able to get a start point is where it's difficult.
Well, it's been going on your whole life.
Yeah, you find out this shit been going on since you was a kid.
Life, even when you was a child. Oh, and that's why. Do not tell anybody your children's birthday. Do not tell anybody your children's birthday, because if they're born on particular days, they are targeted. So keep your kid's birthday a secret. And if you can keep it out of the system, the better for your children. But if you let people know your children's birthday, they know how they act, because, man,
Yeah, that's why the celebrities be lying about their birthday. All of them be lying about their birthday.
Yeah, don't tell nobody when your kids are born.
I just found out from birth the scandal is high. Listen, the scandal, man, it is crazy. Literally starts when you take your first, like, seriously.
Yep. And I just believe in yourself and question everything and everybody. Don't believe nothing I say. I'm crazy. Believe in yourself. I promise you. And just start questioning some fundamental things. Just some things that we've so caught up in this crazy dichotomy where we're worrying about our gas bill and our light bill, that we stop asking the simple questions, and the biggest answers, the most mind-opening answers are the simple questions that you forgot to ask. Remember when you was a kid? Remember we all played with our shadow, and we was like, what is that thing? What is this thing that keeps following me? What is that shadow for? And it has the dual purpose, if you haven't heard me explain it before. Everything, there's no such thing as good or bad. It's just positive and negative. It's not good or bad. It's positive and negative. Everything that can save you can also kill you. Water, if you will die if you don't have any water, and you'll die if you have too much water. What is the shadow for? Why do we have a shadow? It has two dual purposes, and the equal and opposite reason for why you have a shadow. But those questions are the things you need to start asking, the simplest things, like when we were kids. And now we have the capacity to answer those questions. But just start questioning things that just didn't make sense to you. Question, what is that shadow for? And you'll understand the shadow when you go in the desert, because the shadow provides you coverage. However, the shadow is also a recording track. Literally, you're being recorded by your shadow. So while it is covering you, it is recording you and exposing you simultaneously. Your shadow is here to cover you and expose you. That is a magical thing on you, but you forgot and you stopped asking why. You gotta start asking why to the simple things, and you get the big answers. Start asking some questions, because I want to talk to you more, but I want to talk at a place where we're understanding each other.
Yeah, because he got me tripping, because he's got hope that I'm not on TV due to this. I was told God put me right in the middle of everyone. And then he says the medical world calls me a NDE. So, like,
that's a near-death experience.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out.
I want to compare stories, because I saw something when I died, and I wonder if you saw the same thing that I saw.
Dark night of the soul.
gosh, I saw something when I died, and it makes sense. And if people tell the truth and then believe in themselves, shake themselves, like if people tell the truth, stop lying, apologize to people who you know you were wrong to. Fuck what the world says. Oh, just business. No, you did somebody wrong, you know was wrong. Apologize for it.
He saw something too.
Man, I can't.
Everybody saying what? What did you see? Everybody saying, what did you see? What did you see, T. Reed? What'd you say, Riddler? Riddle me this. Riddle me that. Tell me what you saw. You don't want to talk about it?
All I'm saying is this. Please believe in yourself. And
oh, okay, I respect that. It's only for Santana. I get it.
If you want to be around for this new changing world, which is going to be beautiful, they're not telling you how beautiful things are going to be after this. Start listening to that voice. Listen as much as you can. Ask it questions. Argue with it. Argue with that voice in your head. But just listen to that voice. It's going to get you through it. It's a voice that's outside of time. So it knows, it's deja vu. It's having a certain feeling. It knows what's coming up ahead of you. It knows already. It's outside of time. Time don't exist in this place that
That's
they
how
operate.
listen, deja vu is your proof.
Yeah.
Like, because deja vu, that shit is real. And you know when you've had like a real serious deja vu experience. And it's because when we go to sleep,
we travel.
This thing still is doing its thing, and you just catching up.
Yeah, like when deja vu is you catching up to your proper time in this simulation. So when you having deja vu, you're on time for something because we're being held back. But
there's a level higher than astral projection. I've experienced that too.
Man, I can't wait to talk to you.
Listen, we're starting to really look more at metaverse, like multi-universes. Like it's appearing to be more real than fiction.
They lied to us, and the foundation of all of it, the foundation of everything is if you know that the God mind lies in your brain, the Taurus field lies in your vein. These are physical things. If you know that, everything else will come. You just need to know it, but you need to believe it. You need to believe it. You need to, gosh, dare question these idiots. When you start talking to these people, you're going to be like, man, I can't believe I ever listened to these people.
Yeah, you're going to be mad. I know I'm mad.
You're smarter than them. You have a part of you. You understand that? They need these fancy titles to be above you. If you want, I could talk fancy to you. I know big words. I used to be smart. I used to be successful.
You're still smart.
But I mean, I used to be wordy and ubiquitous.
I know. I was always just like,
I used to
talk
be wordy.
to me regular.
So it's like, why use these words when we're having a conversation? If we're having a conversation, we're trying to communicate and understand each other to come to an understanding. So for people to use words that are outside your understanding, they do that just to put themselves above you. And that's why they have to put a doctor or an Esquire in front of their name. Not all of them. All of them. Most of them. So I'm saying, you are it. And you need to see that you're it so we can get together, because the ones who do it first are going to do it together. You know, you're going to do it together, and something amazing is about to happen. Something not so good is going to happen first. But in the aftermath, a whole new reality is about to reveal itself. And if you want to be a part of it, understand your power and the power of getting you to think outside of your true core. If your true core is to raise puppies and you don't want to do nothing more than raise puppies, even though you won't get paid a dime for it, follow it. It's going to lead you to riches no matter how crazy it sounds, it's going to lead you to riches. The reason why they hate Kanye so much is because Kanye did the opposite of what everybody told him to do and got success. So they can't have you dummies out there decide that you're going to do something opposite of the system and get success. They need you to hate him. They need you to hate him because they can't have you see success outside a system that they created. That's why they hate him. It's not because he's black. It's because they can't let you see success outside of their system because it's bigger and it's better and it's more pure and you get to keep yourself. Ain't nothing more than keeping yourself.
T. Regal says, I asked to meet a light being. I got what I asked.
Can you dig it? Listen, the definition of vision is your mind's interpretation of light. That's the definition of vision. Because you don't see with your eyes. Your brain is doing all the seeing. The eyeballs is just a conduit to allow your brain to process. It's just lenses, the same way you have a camera. The lens isn't seeing. The lens is giving the information to the internal computer. Same with the eyes. It's your mind's definition to light. And I happen to have fixed a problem involving light preventable blindness. I am the light bringer. Of course I am. It's very obvious to anybody who's paying attention honestly, literally preventing blindness, bringing the light, blind, helping the blind see. That's my job. That's what I've been doing. I know my role. It just sucks. I mean, it don't suck. It just gets tricky. It gets hairy. It gets bumpy.
Vita E. Libertad, please forgive me if I jack up your name.
Yeah, we went to Baltimore City schools.
Yeah, Baltimore City School, public schools.
Public schools.
You guys saw the series The Man in the High Castle. Lots of movies and series talking about the multiverse and quantum realm. Yeah, all the movies are talking about, all the Marvel, everything is about the multiverse now. But no, I haven't seen that, but I'll check it out.
We're going to definitely look for it.
Montagna.
Hey, Montagna? Oh, yeah, I think I talked to Montagna.
If somebody can translate, because again, I'm from Baltimore City public schools, and I failed Spanish, so I apologize. I am so sorry. No habla español.
I know
That's
Spanish
all
food.
the Spanish I know.
I know Spanish food.
I know how to tell you I don't know how to say Spanish.
Enchilada.
I think, T. Regals, I think I have the power to raise everyone's spirit to the next level. You're right on what you're saying. We all, listen. We
have so much more power than you can imagine.
The world has never experienced with everybody focusing their energy in the same direction.
Except for slavery and the time. But the time, listen, understand that we are all gods.
Yep, the new
all
Ant-Man, we just watched that.
We're all gods. The multiverse is real, but at the same time, it ain't real, but it is real.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. And the first movie that I saw about the multiverse when I was really starting to look at stuff was because my son, he loves Spider-Man, and that Spider-Man with the Morales kid, they had all the different Spider-Mans coming from all the different universes, even a damn pig. That's why I said Benjamin Crump is in another multiverse running them. If they got a pig Spider-Man.
It'll break my heart. It'll break my heart. If I woke up and took my head mask off and then I was Benjamin Crump.
No, nigga. I'd be mad. I would be mad.
No, you can leave. Benjamin Crump can't.
I already had your babies.
But still, Benjamin Crump can't leave himself.
The Green Lantern is a clue to what I can do. Yeah, Santana loves the Green Lantern character, like the actual comic book character, not none of the movies. But I told you, green is my favorite color, and I didn't even know anything about what green was. Green just always
The creator paints with green because it's saying love.
It just like I had to even stop myself. I had to tell Santana, don't let me buy any more green clothes. Like, my whole wardrobe turned green.
When y'all read up on Simeon Toko and find out the things that he did, but more importantly, they kicked the Belgium out of the Congo when y'all find out how they did that, y'all gonna understand that we can do some things that they didn't tell you about. Some things that they say is magical. You understand that you find the Belgian army, find out all the recounts of how the men in the village start picking up the tanks by hand and throwing the tanks across the road. There's some forces out there.
So the dude, I like that name.
What's up, the dude?
The dude. The real question is, do you leave the earth or just this universe in the multiverse?
The multiverse is all the possibilities. At the end of the day, all of the multiverses converge on one singularity. The multiverse is a representation of what you did in a particular stepping stone of your life. For example, I didn't pull out. There's a version of you who had unprotected. Hey, listen, Mama said, never stop until I get a nut. The world can it just.
We got a whole bunch of kids. He don't do that.
He's home. He's home. He's like, why am I getting out of here? He's home. Think about it. He's home. He was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I worked so hard. So, all the multiverse all going to converge into one. Because whatever you do in your life and mistakes you made and decisions you made to take you off course or on course, whatever, you are destined to do one thing, one single thing. And at the end of your journey, all of the multiverses converge onto the one singularity. And that's going to turn you into a God, a greater God than most. Because the more experiences, when you converge into that oneness, it's going to know that much more. It's going to know all the experiences of the different realities and realms that you experienced. So the more you experience, the more powerful a God you be when you get back to that number one source.
Wait a minute. T. Regal said, he said, I'm the king of the pullout. Oh my God.
Dig it. So, we just want to listen. We've had a journey, and all of us have had crazy journeys, and we're living through journeys. All of our experiences are hard and personal to us. Ours may sound colorful, more colorful than most, because I'm crazy, and that's my journey. It sounds, oddly enough, this used to sound normal to me, because life has always been crazy for me. And that's my normal. So it's not any more significant than anyone else's. Everyone has a significant role to play. I'm just telling you to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and be who you say you are. That person, the person who you lie about, when you tell people that, oh, you know, I don't do this, I don't do this. The person that you present to the whole world, that imaginary person that you think is great, be the best version of you, truthfully. And there's power to it. I promise you there's power to it. But just ask yourself a question. Ask about shadows. Ask about why your fingernails keep growing when you die. Just ask the simplest questions. Ask the questions like a child, and we can figure it out. I mean, you can figure it out. You already know the answer to it. Hold on, it's an answer. I mean, it's some questions.
Okay, I'm coming.
So we're gonna ask you questions, and then we're gonna watch a movie.
All right, let's see here. The dude.
What's up, dude?
I died over 100 times that I've counted and been brought back. I have been across the event horizon many times. We're leaving.
We're leaving.
T. Regals. I look at it like this. Picture a tree. You are the tree and the branches are the decisions you didn't make. The law of infinity must play out.
Yes. T. Wriggles, yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. I want to hear about the guy who died 100
Yeah, I'm
times.
about to read
the
more.
Dude. I died 3 times.
The dude under the U.S. Army water board I've been around. Damn.
Yeah, that's bad.
Good analogy. I like the name the dude. Everybody like the dude.
What's up, dude? The dude. I mean, it's slick, right? It's the dude. We like it. Good name. It's not as cool as Can You Dig It? Can you dig it? You know, but the dude, that's all right. You know, that's a man who says what he means and means what he says.
That's right.
Dig it.
Just said I dodged the bullets literally.
Yeah. Just like he shouldn't be around bullets.
No,
He's
not
so sweet.
just. Yes, he is. He's such a sweet pie.
Yeah. So this ain't trying to self-promote. This is trying to get you to self-promote yourself. Self-promote yourself. And regular. I can dig it. Regular. I can dig it. What are we into? Lots of stuff.
What do you mean?
Music, talking to reggae.
Oh,
So-
man, we listen to everything.
I'm simply saying, watch V for Vendetta, great movie. Watch Children of Men, even better in my opinion, Children of Men. And watch the movie Arrival. Like, it's happening, the movie Arrival is happening right now. It's called Arrival. Who's in it? It's about a redhead girl. What's her name?
God, I cannot think of her
It's
name.
about a redhead girl and her scientist husband, and it's called Arrival. It came out like 3 or 4 years ago. It's happening right now. Literally, even in terms of military on the brink of World War and how China stopped the whole thing. And if you're paying attention to the news, China is getting peace in the Middle East. China even brought the Israelis and Palestinians to the table. So a lot of things are happening, I tell you, in the media. But watch the movie Arrival, watch Children of Men, and watch V for Vendetta. And more importantly, ask yourself, go ask your pastor, ask your priest, ask anybody to tell you what is that voice in your head and where is it coming from. If they give you a better answer than me, I will eat
A banana.
a banana, live, a banana.
Or watermelon. Either one.
Not watermelon. No, I'm a monkeyist. I'm not a racist. I'm a monkeyist. I don't like monkeys. See, you don't eat with monkeys. So he gotta go. Let me hold on. Let me see. What are you doing, baby?
I'm trying to make something to eat so we can have something to watch the movie.
Well, let's finish this real quick, and I'll help you with that.
Okay.
We
See, I
like-
was trying to hook you up.
People like me better when I'm with her. So, yeah, we're about to finish up. And
Okay.
read the last bit of questions, and then we can go and make some snacks.
I apologize, y'all. I apologize. Let's see. Yeah, Jeremy Rayner. And is it Amy something?
Yeah, Amy something.
Yeah, email us.
Yeah.
I gave you a bunch of ways to make sure you get all that stuff down because I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. In the event they don't want y'all emailing us.
That movie, watch Arrival again, and man, I want you to watch it again. Please watch it again because, man, it tells you everything that's going on. It is, it's fantastic. It is fantastic. And does
Amy Adams.
Amy
Thank
Adams.
you, Josh. See?
Amy Adams.
That's
Arrival.
why you on the team.
That's right. And if anybody has ever bought a Will Smith record, please put a 1 in the chat, please.
If you ever in your life ever bought a Will Smith album, getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey.
Anyone's?
No one's. No one's. You stole one. What song did you steal it for? All right, what song did you steal it for? It better been Summertime at least. You stole one.
So I just want you to understand that we did not choose Will Smith. Will
We did
Smith
not.
was selected for us.
Someone left it in the CD player. Okay, so it wasn't really theft,
Not
you
really.
know.
But you didn't buy it. No one
Yeah.
took their money out, their energy, because money is energy, to go and buy a Will Smith album.
Just as has any been out since I've been alive? Yeah.
We didn't buy them when we was kids. So I'm simply saying that this was
Vita said no.
the hottest rapper and the most high-selling rapper, but none of y'all bought his CDs and
Hell
albums.
no.
How'd that happen?
Mm-hmm.
He was selected. So what I'm saying is,
Just like all your politicians.
every last one of them. And what's my man name? Ivan Bates. I don't like the letter that got sent from the prosecutor's office out of Baltimore. That's gonna be a video. And is there anything else we want to talk about?
No, I can't really think of anything. Any good movies that we should? So you said V for Vendetta, Children of Men,
And Arrival.
Listen, and when y'all want to just binge watch something that's really great,
Oh, yeah.
watch The Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
Watch that. They only had one season. Please, please,
Watchmen.
please binge
Watch
watch that because you're
They
not gonna be
even-
able to stop.
It even goes as far as showing the face mask.
Yes.
Doing reparations.
Yes, and this
like,
is right before COVID happened.
Listen, watch
Please
The Watchmen.
watch The Watchmen. It's a great binge. You
Great.
can do it over the weekend.
And watch Long Kiss Goodnight if you want to know about the insiders and how they talked about 9/11 before it happened. Long Kiss Goodnight, Samuel Jackson, Gina Davis.
Yep.
And matter of fact, her name was Charlie Baltimore.
Yep, it sure was.
Can you dig it?
Yep.
So, we just wanted to talk to y'all
Yeah.
and give y'all some good news. If you didn't know, you are the reflection of your God. The Bible tells you. I mean, you know, the Bible got some clues in it, some really amazing clues. But you are your God. They tricked you by telling you that some man in a dress who touched little boys is somehow closer to God than you are.
I know.
You are your God. Believe in you. Understand, you talk to everybody who's successful, the best fighters, the best basketball, the best football, the best dancers. They tell you about a belief in themselves. They believed.
I just talked to this one woman and she told me about a song that got her through everything, and it was The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. She said it is all about just loving yourself and
Yeah.
knowing who you are. And she said, if you haven't listened to The Greatest Love of All, listen to it again. It really got me through some dark times. So, y'all see the new movie show, The Rabbit Hole, about the data bill? No. Mm-mm.
We'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole.
Yeah. All right. Well, if y'all got any suggestions for us to drop it in the comments. I'll go to the studio since they don't make your comments public, and I'll get it. Or you can email us or contact us via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And listen, do me a favor and share the artwork. Share the artwork with as many people who can receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Share it with them because there's some things. The artwork is saying so much. There's things that I'm sure I'm missing. Some certain things. I look at pictures and I'll see them 3 months later. I'm like, oh man, how did I miss that? That was obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And there's things that, because of different life experiences, you may be able to pick up on that I may have missed, and so forth. So please share the artwork and let everybody know the artist knew the script. So they're telling us the story. And a part that I haven't deciphered because of my life experiences may be meant for you to decipher.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know everything. I do know everything. I don't know everything. And we just want to give this information out and to, as they say, turn as many lampshades on as possible. We need to enlighten ourselves. That's why they had to put us in a house and do this ridiculous social distancing shit. Because us coming together brings that energy and power, because we are so powerful that they rather kill us than lose the ability to control us. Can you dig it?
And for my Spanish speaking people in my chat, please forgive me. I am going to try. I'm going to put some effort into my Spanish so I can talk to you guys. I feel bad because I don't know what you're saying to me.
So
we love you regardless.
Put it in the comments.
And then I can translate.
We can translate it,
Yeah.
and then we can talk about it.
I don't want you
on
to
the
feel
next
we
talk.
ignored you, because we
Yeah.
have not. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
So put it on the comments. We translate it, and the next live we'll do, we can answer the questions.
Yes.
In translation. and so
Yes.
forth.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we're
Hey, it's been
over and
fun.
out.
If anybody knows Benjamin Crump, tell him I
Oh,
said.
Italian. Okay, that shows my lack of education. It proves my point.
There you go. See, she was telling you. She said she ain't know nothing. You look. You
Told
see.
you. I told you.
We told you.
I told you.
We told you. She said it. And if anybody knows Benjamin Crump, let him know that Neville Anderson out of Atlanta won, and he's runner up. And third place goes to Barry Sims out of WBL TV in Baltimore, and fourth place goes to Mark Fuller. Mark Alexander Fuller, to be specific. He's number 4 Booger Wolf of the year. And his breath smells like Benjamin Crump.
Ooh.
And when I mean Benjamin Crump, his breath smells like Dookie. Hey, Mark, you Dookie breath. 4th place winner of the Booger Wolf of the year.
Damn, that's shitty. To be
If you're gonna
4th place.
Be first, be Neville. He won.
Mm-hmm.
He won.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Okay.
All right, guys, over and out. We out here.
Talk to you soon.
All right, good night.